Chapter 26. As an amnesia patient at Yorkville Medical Center, John Doe was convinced that things could not possibly be worse. He was wrong. Purgatory. There's no nicer word to describe Bronx County Psychiatric Hospital. For any sane person to be committed to an asylum is the ultimate form of torture. You haven't been committed, Dr. Peterson explains patiently. This is just where the system, in its infinite wisdom, has put you until your memory comes back. Until your memory comes back. He's heard those words before. There's only one problem. It isn't happening. So I'm free to walk out of here anytime I please? The doctor favors him with a sympathetic smile. It's a little more complicated than that, I'm afraid. You haven't been committed here by the state, but this is a secure facility, and that security doesn't distinguish between you and anybody else. My tickets! Comes a bellow behind them. An obese man with shoulder-length gray hair is shaking a younger patient by the shoulders. Instantly, two white-coated attendants grab the attacker and pull him away. But he's got my tickets! Time for your meds, Hugo, grunts one of the attendants, restraining the much bigger man. Sorry you had to see that, Peterson apologizes as the white coats drag Hugo off to the nurse's station. See it, Healy says bitterly. You can set your watch by it. He's fine till the Zoloft wears off. Sometime around Judge Judy, he starts freaking out because he can't find his floor seats for the Black Sabbath show they have every night. Perhaps he's gained weight, the doctor muses, so his regular dose is no longer sufficient. The point is, I don't belong here, Healy interrupts impatiently. This place is for real mental illness. I'm just a guy who got hit on the head. I don't even have a concussion anymore. It's only temporary, Peterson says gently. As soon as your memory returns, what if it never returns? There's no reason to believe that will be the case, the doctor soothes. It's extremely rare. But not impossible, Healy argues. What then? Dr. Peterson has no answer, just like Dr. Radner before him. At a certain point, there's nothing left to say. Bronx Psych may be awful, but if these people discharge Healy tomorrow, where could he go? A homeless shelter? Doesn't he have a better chance of building some sort of life for himself if he stays put and waits it out? So he's stuck here. But for how long? The total absence of any answer looms like an endless black void. Hugo and his concert tickets are the least of it. Some of these people are seriously nuts. Like Stefan, whose facial tic is so severe that he's a human bobblehead, nodding and shaking until he finally makes himself seasick and throws up. My God, I feel for him. It's not his fault, but where do I fit in with a guy like that? Or Con Ed, who refuses to go to bed because he's convinced that at midnight the power company drains all the energy from his body. Besides Healy, the sanest person in the building is the mob guy who was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Even in his case, it's impossible to tell if he's a gangster pretending to be a mental patient or a mental patient who's delusional about being a gangster. All Healy has to go on are his stories of contract hits and truck hijackings, and his colorful threats of what he'll do to anybody who squeals on him. The staff is nice enough, but they're harassed and busy. No one has the inclination for a normal conversation. At any moment, an attendant might have to run off and prevent someone from painting the walls with tomato juice or attacking Wolf Blitzer on a TV screen. Besides, they're strangers. What a stupid thing to say. In his condition, who isn't a stranger? Yet that might be the hardest part of this. Thanks to his amnesia, the people at Yorkville make up everybody he knows in the world. The only person he recognizes here is Roxanne. When he first saw her in the common room, he actually ran over and hugged her. That's how much emotion is generated by a familiar face. What are you doing here? My volunteer assignment got changed, she explains. Small world, huh? Yeah, but a nice kid like you in a place like this? She smiles. This is where I'm needed. You see a bad place. I see somewhere I can do the most good. What a sweetheart. The fact that she's going to be around makes the future a tiny bit less bleak. But even she has little time for him now. She's busy with orientation, learning about the facility and her new responsibilities. He doesn't ask her about Gecko because he knows the two are on the outs. Too bad. That's another quality teenager. A little odd, to be sure, with his quiet intensity, but a great kid nonetheless. It doesn't matter. Chances are he's never going to lay eyes on the boy again. He sighs glumly. How many people have I let go of already, without even knowing it?